Hello and welcome to this video series and masterclass on health and wellness today. I'm Melissa Ruiz and I'm so glad that you found this series. A little bit about who I am and my background. I am a fitness instructor and been a group fitness instructor for about 8 or 9 years now. I've always been really into nutrition and health and wellness, and so that's kind of been my journey for quite a while. I'm also a mom of 4, and I am a homeschool mom and a wife of 27 years. And so that's a little bit of my background and who I am, where I'm coming from. But into my my story, in October of 2015, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Rheumatoid arthritis, and then also Sjogren's syndrome. And at the time, I was experiencing a lot of joint pain and was kind of just curious about what was going on with my body. And that's when that diagnosis came. I was very, very surprised. I was I felt like I was doing everything right as far as exercise and eating healthy, and I felt like, how is this happening to me when I'm doing what they say, all the right things to do to have a healthy body. So I was determined to not have to be on medications. I went down a journey and path of trying different supplements, dietary changes, very extreme dietary changes, and was very determined to not have to be on medication. So I continued that for about a year. I continued to get worse. So I finally went to a rheumatologist at my doctor's recommendation a year prior. And she, of course, prescribed medication. So I was on 2 medications. I continued to get worse. So she prescribed a 3rd medication, which was prednisone. That's a steroid, and it's given for quite a few different ailments, inflammation being one of them. And so I felt pretty good while I was on the prednisone. But I started to gain weight, and they don't want you to be on that long term. So once I got off of it, all the pain and inflammation came right back. So then we did another round of prednisone and experienced the same thing. So at that time, I continued to be very, very frustrated that the only thing that was working was more medication. Like I said, I did try different supplements as well during that time to try to help my body to heal and to kind of reset, and nothing was working. I eliminated a lot of things from my diet. They helped a little bit, but that really didn't help a lot, and I felt very, very, I started to get really, really kind of depressed and really sad that I wasn't able to enjoy a lot of the things that I used to enjoy. And it was a very, very restricted diet. And going out anywhere, always involved food, and that was just a really big struggle. So if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It's really, really hard. And it starts to make you feel very alienated and very alone. So it was a really difficult time. And I'm sharing all this in hopes that it may help someone else who's in the same, on that same path. So a friend of mine reached out to me after going through this process of, I guess it had been about almost a year of medication and all these other things. So she reached out to me and said that she had a supplement that she wanted me to try. And I was very, very, very skeptical, because I felt like I'd already tried so many things. I'd spent a lot of money already. I even saw a naturopath in Austin and spent a lot of money not only on my naturopath, but also on a ton of supplements that she had me on. And I didn't feel a lick of difference at all. So I didn't want to try anything else. Then she sent me a video of a lady who had rheumatoid arthritis. She used these supplements, and she was in remission and off medications. And that offered me like a little ray of hope. Like, oh, well, maybe this is different. Then she told me that there is a 60-day money-back guarantee, and then that really piqued my interest. I knew that nothing would, a lot of things had a 30-day money-back guarantee, but I knew I wouldn't see major changes in 30 days, so I always gave everything at least 60 to 90 days. So I was excited that this company offered a 60-day money-back guarantee to actually, give your body a chance to feel the difference of the product. And so I thought, well, I might as well try it. So within the first month, I noticed some big changes. I noticed that my digestion was much better. I noticed that I had much more energy. I noticed that I had less cravings. So all those carb cravings and things that I had that I felt shackled by, I no longer had the cravings for those things. And well, more about that and why that is in coming videos. So what else did I notice? I also noticed that my mood started to get more stable. I wasn't as, I definitely felt happier. I had better energy. I had better sleep. I also started to get much better menstrual cycles as well. They were so much easier. But in that first month, I also had lost about 4 pounds, which was really big for me because I didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose, but I really wanted to lose that weight from the prednisone, and my weight was not budging no matter how much I tweaked my diet before this. So I was really excited that I saw all these little wins. But it was in month 4 where the turning point came. And that's when I started noticing that my hands were not swollen and puffy and lots and lots of pain. I noticed when I got out of bed, my feet weren't hurting, my ankles weren't hurting as much. At the time before I started everything, I had pain in my feet, my ankles, my knees, my elbow, my shoulders, my hands, my wrists. I had, a lot of pain throughout my body, and I started to feel like I wasn't in as much pain. So at the next doctor's appointment, my inflammation levels showed that they were lower. 6 months later, they were even lower. So it wasn't, just all in my head kind of thing. I actually had clinical proof that my inflammation was lowering and that it really was getting better, and I knew I felt better. So that was such a tremendous blessing. So that's kind of my story of where I was and where I'd been. Now, during this period, I was thinking to myself, okay, if this works, I am going to, shout it from the rooftops. I'm going to, share with as many people as I can that there really is something that can help. And so that is my goal in making this video series. My goal is to educate, my goal is to inspire and to give hope and to share the experience that I've had, as well as, now it's been about 2.5 years that I've been taking this supplement, and I've continued to learn about lots of other people that have experienced the same great results that I've had. So, and all it takes is consistency and time. You have to take it if you want it to work, and you have to give it time. I did those things and I saw great results. And so that's all I'm going to share in this video. Stay tuned for the next video for more information to come. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Again, I'm Melissa Ruiz. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video in this series. Have a good day.